What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I do have a new song out recently called Just Kids, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys. I wanted to just cover some market analysis with you. Not really, again, none of this financial advice, but not really like a market in terms of like pricing, but more so the comparisons between the older set within modern format, Rebellion, and the new set. And I just have to say that I was shocked to see Loving the Moo, which is the new Rebellion, but the new Conclave Arcana Legendary Summon, the first of its kind, being literally sold for like $11, right? And when I dug further, you can see that Sheng Zhao is going for $8, which is actually less than a cane. So I found this interesting for several reasons. The first of which is we haven't seen this dynamic really play out since it was the Untamed Chaos Legion era in modern format, right? So like literally 2 rotations ago, meaning that like Untamed was like super scarce. And we had Chaos Legion, which was obviously still in print, but more so like there was just so many cards out there and available, right? So many packs were sold, and again, the set was just overprinted. This time around, I don't know that the amount of cards are necessarily being overprinted. And so the second thing that I wanted to get into here, which I'm not trying to say that like I called it, but it was something that I did think about and talk about close to the beginning or the launch of Conclave Arcana, was the fact that with the introduction of different foils, right, meaning that we have even more rare or scarce foils, I should say, so such as the Arcanes, both black and gold, as well as black foils, with those coming into the mix, that would actually create a more diverse and dispersed price disparity, right? If that makes sense. Meaning that like the same amount of money is going to come into the game, right? Unless we get like a massive amount of players, it's going to be roughly the same amount of money that comes into the game. But bigger money goes towards those bigger cards and therefore pushes, because of the scarcity, it pushes the value of those cards higher. And so therefore the value of a regular foil and even maybe gold foils comes down significantly. And I haven't even checked that, but now that I said it out loud, let's go and see how this compares on a gold foil basis. But once again, you can see here, like Loving the Moo is going for $74. It's going cheaper than Sheng Zhao, right? In terms of its gold foil. And then again, it's cheaper than literally every other of the 7-mana legendary cards from Rebellion. So, in many ways, I talked about this as actually a positive thing, not from a coping standpoint, but I think this is a positive thing because what it does is it offers more optionality for how people interact with the game, meaning that people who are truly collectors and want to go for the one-of-one, they can go and get that super scarce card, right? And they can have that as their digital flex, and they can own it, and like, you know, that's cool for people that really want to play and participate, or maybe they're chasing top tier rewards and love the benefits that come with all the different, you know, top foils. Whereas for other folks, and I would say the majority of other people that just want to come and get started in the game, and again, it's always going to be that kind of distribution, right? Where you're going to have a couple of, you know, small group of people go for the top tier stuff, and then it's a very long tail, ideally an extremely long tail of people that want to play, that just want to participate in the game. They can come in and then actually get the items for cheaper, right? They can get the regular foil items for cheaper. And I think that's what we're seeing kind of play out here, right? You have Loving the Moo as the first card here the first legendary summoner airdrop, right? The designer ones, that is coming into the mix and is like not even competitive with the top tier cards, at least based on price, right? It's like 30% off from like the mid tier, and then obviously like a fraction of the price of the top tier cards. Now, the flip side of this, and I'd actually be curious to hear from those of you out there who from those of you out there who are playing with this card a lot, because again, I've only been able to use it in a lot of the practice matches and the fun things that I do. The other side of this is that maybe the card just isn't that good. I haven't really heard much feedback on it in that way, and when I've played with it, it seems actually kind of fun to be able to pull in both the bloodlines as well as the tactics, but maybe having access to like 2 different elements is more valuable than having access to specific bloodlines, although you get cool things like poison for these specific bloodlines. again, this is part of like why I want to find a way to like participate more in in modern format, just so I can keep up to date with the meta. And again, that's why I play like the practice or training battles, just because one, it's fun, but two, like it helps me test out cards like Loving the Moo or any of the new airdrops that come out. So let me know if there's any feedback on that. But I still stand by the theory that I had, that, you know, because we have many more foils and many more top tier foils, the costs of the regular foil cards are going to go down. And I think we're seeing that relatively apparent here. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And again, I'm saying this, I think, is a very positive thing, right? Because now I'm looking at this and thinking, well, like, if I want to get in on this, like, this is actually relatively cheap compared to Rebellion. Like, if I wanted to get in on Rebellion around the same time, right, when these cards were dropping, they were going for like 20 to 30 bucks at that time. Whereas now it's like, if and again, I'm trying to compare time to time, right? You can see that the cards have obviously, some of them decreased in value, but I'm just saying at that time when the first couple of summoners started dropping for Rebellion, that's where they were. Whereas with Loving the Moo, like, it's significantly cheaper. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That is all I have for you guys in this video. Just wanted to share some of my thoughts and perspective on that, but curious to get yours. I will catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.